Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to the channel. Today's video is just gonna be a lot of fall fun. I'm gonna be talking about 10 makeup products that really give me the fall vibes and products that I'm just super excited to pull out and use this fall. These are the products that make me excited about this season and really get me inspired to play and really just enjoy the season and all it has to offer. A lot of us love fall makeup and fall dressing, and I just really want to buy into the season and have as much fun with it as I can. So I'll be talking about 10 products today, and so these are standalone products, things I'm excited to try and use, and not a makeup basket per se. I'll be bringing you a makeup basket later in the month. That's going to be more of a, what am I actually wearing this fall and what can I use to create cohesive looks, whereas these are more disparate and individual picks that aren't intended to create that cohesive makeup look. So I'm really excited to share my picks with you today and really get excited about fall. I would love to know what makeup gets you excited about fall or feels really fall vibey to you. I think I'm gonna have some interesting choices in here and I would love to know how our picks differ. I also invite you to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, before we start, I have a message for my Canadians out there. Today, September 14th, is the last day to request a mail-in ballot. So if you're thinking about requesting one, you think that might appeal to you, I have a link in the description where you can check it out and request your ballot. Doesn't take very long. Now let's jump into the video. All the products I'm going to be talking about today are for eyes, lips, and cheeks. When I'm thinking about gearing my makeup look towards fall, these are the makeup categories that really give me the best option or outlet to do that. So the first pick is my MAC blush in Mocha. Here she is. It's a cool toned pink or a cool toned mauve blush. I've really been loving cool tones this season and it's going to be a trend you'll notice with the other picks. This blush is in here for a couple of reasons. The first is that I don't always want a strong blush look and I sometimes want to do stronger looks on the lips or eyes, and you need a supporting blush to be able to let those things shine, and this is a product that does just that. The second reason is that I have been wearing so much like nude, orange, brown blushes, even corals for the past 4 to 6 months. I need a break. And while this is not a statement by any stretch of the imagination, it's different enough where I'm just feeling like a sense of relief from the repetition that I've basically created for myself for the last couple months. So seeing this, I'm like, you are feeling so fall to me and you are feeling like such a welcome change. And there's a lot of things that can give us inspiration. And I'm excited to have something that's a little bit more subtle and something that is a good accompaniment to any kind of look I want to create. The next pick I have is a Patrick Ta blush in Oh, She's Different. Here she is. It's the cream and powder blush, and this to me is fall in a compact. These are the exact tones, specifically also blush tones, that come to mind when I think of fall. They also make me think about the colors my cheeks would flush naturally. So it makes sense to me that I would be drawn to these colors at this time of year. But in addition though, these kinds of red tones are colors that we find in nature and colors of like falling leaves. So this product really draws inspiration from nature, and I love thinking about fall leaves, fall foliage when doing my makeup. So it's in here because it gives me those vibes. Let's now talk about some lip products, and the first is my Clinique Chubby Stick in Fuller Fig. There she is. I mentioned this one in my like busy morning makeup look that I did a couple months ago or last month. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. I do have the MAC blush on my cheeks, but it's relatively subtle today. This look is a rose color. I have a swatch of an upcoming product. Can you tell what it is? This is a rose color, and it's like a muted red or a muted rose, and it can be subtle where you just do like a quick slide on the lips, or something that you can build up just a little bit. I like this product because it could be like a subtle standalone lip color that gives you a little bit something and really falls in line with that fall foliage color that I was just talking about. I have a few lip picks here, and they're all falling in different ranges of opacity, or they all have different opacity to them. And I'm not always looking for or wanting a bold lip look. Sometimes it's just a little bit high maintenance, and I want to participate in those like fall feelings and fall vibes with something that's a little bit more approachable or wearable. This product, while I don't wear it on my cheeks, gives me that flush cheek vibe, which I like too. The next product is something that's newer to my collection, and it is the Merit Beauty Lip Oil. This is in the shade Taupe, and it's a cool tone lip product, which I love for this season, so it can go for those cool tone looks. But it's also a really easy, approachable lip color. It has those brown taupe vibes, and I think a little bit of mauve in there too. So it's just a little bit of a different change in color story from the Clinique Chubby Stick, giving me a different option and a different fall vibe. This equally makes me think of fall while being cool tone. Next up is a super classic lip color for fall, and that is Bite Beauty's Chai. This is the Amuse Bouche formula, so it's the one that has been replaced or is now no longer sold. Just look at that. This is fall in a tube. This is the product I think of first when I think of fall. It's so incredibly beautiful, and I love this formula so much. I can't speak to the new one or what their reformulated color looks like, so I don't want to speak on that, but I do know that a lot of you also own this older formula. That's the color I think of first when I think of fall makeup. I have so many great memories with this color. I wore this to campus a lot, and going back to school is something that I associate with fall, being on campus and those like ivy colored buildings. That is what I think about in here. So not only is this a really, in my opinion, like high peak fall vibes for me, it also has really great memories associated with it too. And you can create really fabulous bold lip looks with Chai. The last item is a bit of a different pick and something that goes in a different direction, and this is Glossier's Jam. It's a cool toned purple, so it really has those berry vibes there, different than what we've already seen. And this is more matte than Chai. It is less opaque, so you can sheer it out a bit with your finger, you know, like blot it out, or even layer on top some sheer lip colors to give it maybe a little bit more shine or slip. I've done both. This is like cool tone fall dreams for me. I really think of those frostbitten lips or like those flushed cheeks, like that kind of vibe. While my cheeks don't actually flush this color, it gives me that kind of vibe, and like those cold weather days that feel a bit more romanticized before we actually get there. Let's now talk all about eye products, and the first thing I want to chat about is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Oyster Pearl. There she is, and then this is what has been on my hand. The color is so beautiful, such a really easy one shadow look for the fall time, a different break with what I've been wearing as well. One of my inspirations this season is very different from me and what I've liked in the past, and it is like the city at night in fall. I'm gonna have to put up some pictures on the screen to really illustrate what I mean by that. And what inspires me about this is not what I would wear into the city at fall at night. It's more of the colors in these photos and like the mood and vibe that they give off. And there's a lot of like cool tone, grungy, kind of deep colors. And this gives me that vibe of like those colors. This is what I think about when I'm seeing that kind of imagery. And I really love that this fall imagery is inspiring me in new ways and challenging me to try new looks and giving me new interests. So I'm really thinking about that imagery with this product and has got me really excited about using this and pulling this out for fall. The next product is more of a quintessential fall color story, and that is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette. This guy, look at it. It has those pumpkin spice, high autumn vibes. A lot of the colors you see in nature or colors we most associate with fall got those really beautiful warm tone neutrals, warm tone browns, and then some really beautiful shimmer shades here too. I'm really happy to have one of the more obvious fall color stories in here because I do want to go that way sometimes. And when I'm in maybe my deepest fall moods, my coziest moods, I would absolutely grab for a palette like this. Not I would. I'm longing for that kind of look, which is why I've included it in here. I have talked last year in my last video about the Modern Renaissance palette, and that has been a palette that has inspired me year after year, season after season, and getting new inspiration from it every time I look at it in a new season. I did not include Modern Renaissance this year because I just kind of feel like I need a bit of a break from that palette. I've been really using it and staring at it every day. I'm just looking for something that's a bit of a change of pace, and the Dominique Cosmetics palette is exactly that. It's not super different where it's revolutionary and its colors are going in a whole new way. It's just not Modern Renaissance and has some slightly different colors and tones, and also a very different combination or color story than the Modern Renaissance. This one has even the blue and the purple, so it is very visually different. When I think about autumn at nighttime, one of the palettes that really comes to mind is the Flutter by palette. Next up is the Flutter by palette from Colourpop. I have been absolutely loving cool tones, like I said. This is cool tone dreams for me. When I see this palette, I get so excited and I just want to dig into it and play with it, and it gives me those like grungy city vibes. Maybe not as grungy as this one, but it definitely gives me those feelings. And I've been wearing this purpley mauvey eye look so frequently in the last month. Not all of the shades have been hitting for me because I've been using a self-made palette for it. So when I was opening up this palette, I was just like, oh my gosh, this has all the colors I've been using in that palette, but more and a better iteration. So I have just been so enamored with this and feels like a really perfect palette for me for fall. The last eyeshadow palette to talk about is the Glam palette, and this is giving me cool tone dreams again. I am so inspired by this. There are so many beautiful one shadow looks, and I am getting that autumnal city at night with like this color, this color, this color, and even some of the less overtly grungy shades I feel like I could use in that way. I just want to throw my hands in here and just like play with these palettes. What I really like about the Natasha Denona Glam palette is how versatile it is, because I can create a one shadow look really quickly, really easy to get on my train at 7 a.m. or I can create a more blown out kind of smokier look, and I love a multifunctional palette. The last product I have is actually a bit of a bonus pick, and that is the Essence nail polish, and that's the Spirit. This in a lot of ways reminds me of my Clinique lipstick. Not totally the same color story, but similar. The nail polish is looking much more red on camera than it does in real life, but this one has this rusty muted down red color that I'm really loving. You can kind of see that theme in a couple of pics that I have. So loving it. I have very few reds and I do own a lot of nudes. So most of the reds I have either are super deep like oxbloods or really kind of Christmassy reds, or like a coral that you might wear in summer. I have nothing else like this, and quite frankly no other nail polish that makes me think of fall specifically. I'm okay with having one because we don't always need 10 options or even 5 options for every season. Fall is only a couple of months, so I'm really excited to have one option that I can really dig into and love and pair it with some neutrals or offset it with some neutrals. And I wanted to put this on today the moment I pulled it out of my cupboard. So that's everything. Those are all the makeup products I'm really excited to wear this season, and a couple of fall images and aesthetics that I've really been loving and into. I would love to hear what you think about my picks, and again, after hearing my picks, I'm really curious to hear yours and how ours compare, and how maybe we're finding similar or different sources of inspiration this season. I'm already in fall mode. Like, I have my beautiful brown sweater on. I'm just ready to go. I welcome all kinds of fall chat in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.